Well, in the days of those days of film, you were in what was called Screen Extras Guild. There's Screen Actors Guild and Screen Extras Guild, SEG. And every day, and you'd register as a dancer. And every day you'd call in at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And we didn't have cell phones. You'd wait in a line to get to the phone. You know, when you were on a break, you'd run to get your call for the next day. And you just got called to be an extra as a dancer, which was maybe an extra $7 or something. I don't know what it was. And I called in and I got on an Elvis call. And I was always the first person in line. I was always like so proactive to get work. And I got an Elvis job, and a lot of us were on it. So many of our friends. It was a good party scene of dancing. And I was watching, so I'm on stage at, I think it was at MGM, I can't remember, but dancing and watching the cameras moving. And I was watching Elvis do the same walk. He was always doing the same walk on the same words, and they were moving cameras and doing what I learned later to be reverse shots, close-ups, you know, different angles. And he was always doing the same thing. So you're not allowed to be choreographed when you're an extra, because that's an extra bump, it's called. And so you just party, dance, and everybody just dances. Well, I decided to make it my own routine because he was doing exactly, and when he'd get to me on the same word in the rehearsal when they were blocking it, I decided I'd make up a routine, you know, like 4 ponies, 4 jerks, 4 wobbles, 4 Watusis, 4, you know, the same, and I did the same routine each time. And then about the next day, it was a 2-day or a 3-day job, I can't remember, at least 2 days, the choreographer came up to me and said, Mr. Presley would like to talk to you. We'd like to talk to you. And I thought, oh, I'm getting fired because I made up a routine. It cost $10. But they said something to me like, we'd been watching you dance. And Jack Baker was the choreographer, and I didn't know him. And he said his assistant, Marie, was going to be gone and couldn't assist him on the next Elvis job, film. And would I be interested in assisting? I was like 18 or 19. I said, I honestly don't know what that means, but yes, I would love to. But I really was petrified. Like, Elvis was around, all of his guys were around him. He was actually, I will never forget this, he was speaking to some nuns and gave them a donation while I was waiting to talk to him. And I just thought, this is not real. This is just like a dream from a girl from the Midwest and in Hollywood, you know, because my dad got a job. I mean, it was not part of my thinking. And I said, I'd love to, and I immediately went to the library. We did not have internet, or if we did, I didn't know about it. But I went to the library and I checked out books about camera work and photography and lighting, and well, I read about choreographers. I just tried to learn as much as I could before I started on that. And I had a gift to choreograph. And it was just because I thought maybe I should make that routine up. And they actually said to me the editor was cutting around me, and I didn't even know what, I thought I was cut out of it. I didn't know what that meant, but my arm was always in the same position when he was walking by me, and I was turned the right way, so it was matching. It wasn't like a jump cut. It was matching, and I didn't know any of that. And so I got it, but I was a really good go-go dancer. And so when there was a little ad-lib part, I remember it said, never saw parts move like that before. And I was supposed to go as fast as I could and shake, and then he kissed me as part of the film, and I thought, I mean, I was getting paid for this. It was impossible.